Now, video games companies are always looking for another way to make an extra bit of cash. Sometimes that means re-releasing really old games, and sometimes that means selling boxes of all. Both Capcom and Nintendo are both obviously very keen on making a little extra cash, and this is how they plan on doing it.
Ultra Street Fighter 2 The Final Challenges is an upcoming re-release of the classic fighting game for the Nintendo Switch that just happens to have an incredibly catchy title. In this new edition, there's HD graphics, a first-person mini-game, a colour editor, which sounds very exciting, a co-op mode and online play, in addition to some new characters. All this can be yours for just 35 quid. That's right, 35 entire pounds for a game from 1992. I mean, it's older than Liam, for f***'s sake. Jake can remember playing it on the SNES when he was 5, so that's just £5 away from a full-price AAA game.
What really stings is that all that content we mentioned just a second ago is either a complete throwaway or just repackaged from other Street Fighter games. The HD graphics are just ported from the Xbox Live version of Street Fighter 2. The color editor simply lets you change the colors of a character's costumes, and the two new characters aren't actually new at all. They've just been ported to Street Fighter 2's engine from Street Fighter Alpha. So by new they mean 22 years old.
The new characters are Violent Ken and Evil Ryu.
This is funny because like Ken is one of the original characters in the game, but this new character is Violent Ken, like the original Ken.
Famed for beating shit out of people with his fists.
Yeah,
he's not Violent Ken.
And like pummeling cars in his spare time. He's not violent enough, or he's regular Ken because he goes around beating the shit out of people. So they're gonna have to like bring out a different version of a more violent Ken, or not actually just a violent Ken because they're the ones just a regular version.
No word on Brutal Terry though.
Aggressive Chris or
Aggressive Chris? Yeah,
agitated Steve. The only actual new piece of content is the first-person minigame, which so far has been called god-awful by some critics. Capcom seems to be pretty hit or miss with their business practices. Sometimes they knock it out of the park, like making the decision to reinvent the Resident Evil series, but then other times they have a complete dud, like on-disc DLC and all that kind of bullshit.
So the first big question is, why is this almost a full-price title, and why isn't it just like a $15 eShop? Download. Why is it like a full price thing?
Can I answer that really quickly? Cha-ching! And I expect whoever's editing this to add the sound effect. And if that wasn't good enough, try this one. No, yeah, one of them will do.
It's just. That's my analysis.
That's a great
my analysis on the situation.
Well, yeah, £35. Let's look at this. I'm probably the key audience for this type of game because I played the original when I was like 12 or 13 on the SNES back in the day. I liked the game back then. I've kind of matured as a gamer since then. Fighting games aren't my thing now. They're looking for me, like somebody who can afford £35.
Someone who's got a Switch.
Yeah.
Who can spend 35 quid on the
looking for me to buy that game now. 25 years later for £35. Right off. Like there's no hope in hell. Like who are they kidding? Maybe for a £5. But that's only if they added more than aggressive Ken or like slightly miffed Ryu or whatever it is.
This is like a shocking thing. Anyway, this is a news story anyway. But when all the reviews came out for this, which was just a day ago at the time of recording, all the reviews hit the internet, and they're all, even the ones who are the most warm towards this game, say it's an absolute rip-off. Everyone who's like, you know what, this is a great game and it's loads of nostalgia and it's a great like little title for the Switch. However, it's a rip-off. The price that they're asking is not at all reasonable, and it's only because every other game on the Switch is about the same ballpark price at the moment. Like f***ing Bomberman and all that shite is like full whack, at the moment still. So it's because it's a new console and they know that people are desperate for games.
If you're the kind of person who would buy Street Fighter 2 for £35, just let me know some of your rationale down in the comments because I really would like an insight into what the f*** you are doing.
Now, in other Switch-related news, it's been a massive success for Nintendo, with stock selling out almost as fast as it's being replenished. We've covered that before. Mario Kart 8 has done really well in the retail charts, and Breath of the Wild has been cited as one of the greatest games of all time, just not by us. But as some eagle-eyed fans have pointed out, Nintendo's latest move with the Nintendo Switch is ridiculous because they're trying to sell empty boxes.
Yeah, that's right. Nintendo actually has a whole range of empty boxes available for purchase. If you were to browse the Nintendo of Japan and online store, you'd find pretty much what to expect: games, consoles, and merchandise. However, if you're interested in the upcoming Splatoon 2, there's a number of different editions of the game that you can buy, one of which is the empty box for the Splatoon console bundle. I'll say that again. You can buy the empty box for the Splatoon console bundle, as in without the actual console bundle, which of course can be yours for the low price of 540 yen or £5. Amazingly, Nintendo also lists some instructions for the empty Switch box, saying some assembly may be required and instructions will be provided by email. They're that cheap, they can't even put a fucking instructions in with the package for
part of the fun, though, isn't it? It's part of the fun.
You've got to get an email from them to know how to construct your box. At least build the box if you're selling as a fucking box.
On the bright side though, £35, £5, so for the price of a full proper game, you could get Ultra Street Fighter 2 and an empty cardboard box for 40 quid, you know, bargain. So far, you can only buy this in Japan, and there's no sign of it coming over to the West anytime soon. But it's obviously for collectors, fanboys, fangirls, you know, people who are really interested in having a box. They might have the console already, but they like the look of the Splatoon box, or they maybe even want to resell their console and you get a bit more money if it's boxed, something like that.
It sounds like a scam though. It's like the eBay scam where people are putting pictures of empty boxes on. It's like,
I never said it was the console.
just the box. That's why it's so cheap. It's like they're trying to scam people by misleading them. Yeah, you can get this awesome box, not representative of what's inside the box, but it's a f***ing box.
Might come in handy though. Nintendo aren't just selling empty Switch boxes either. They're also selling empty Splatoon game boxes, which they call the game card free version. The game card free version is literally just an empty case with a digital download code in it, and it costs full retail price, so $60 or your regional equivalent. This is exactly the same way that PC games are sold at retail here in the West, so Nintendo's move here isn't quite that crazy. All it means is that you won't be able to resell your console game, which is pretty shit.
You're getting a box, okay? A game card free version of the game. So you're getting a version of the game without the game. Is it just me that finds this completely fucking ridiculous? Like, how is this even a thing?
The people who would buy this, the game card free version and all that kind of thing.
I'm not looking for justification, Mike. I'm looking for fucking outrage. What are they thinking? Honestly, they're trying to fool people is what they're doing. It's like one of them Christmas presents you get off your parents where you unwrap it, it's like an Xbox One box or something. You're like, oh, I got an Xbox One. Then you open it, it's filled with paper and you break your heart. That's what they're doing here. They're selling broken promises. They're selling shitty Christmas presents is what they're doing. They're breaking hearts all over the world, and they should fucking stop it.
It amazes me that someone has gone, we need to do this. This is a good idea. Let's get these empty boxes out there to the consumers. They want them. Nintendo, being the genius innovators that they are also offering another edition of Splatoon, which is just the download code with no game case at all. So you can literally go to a shop, buy nothing but a download code, take it home, and then download it at home, like you could have done without going to the shop. It's all the convenience of downloading a game without any of the convenience of downloading a game. This is the thing that I really don't understand. Who does this appeal to? Who's going to sit at home going, oh, I'm going to buy this game, and rather than just download it straight from the store there and then, they'd go out and like catch a bus, get a lift to their parents or whatever, like buy it in a shop and then come back home and do it. What's the point of that? It's ridiculous.
Maybe if you haven't got a credit card. Not that I want to provide justification for stupid things, but yeah, I could see that, I guess. If you haven't got a credit card, you got cash.
In that case though, buy the cartridge version of the game, surely, because then you've got the thing to resell.
That's a very good point now. Just get the fucking physical version of the game. It's a Nintendo Switch. Yeah. It needs cartridges. It's got 32 gigs onboard storage. Yeah. How many times can you do that before you fill up fucking thing? It doesn't make any sense. It's a portable device. Give me the games to be able to put in. People ask me, why are you so Nintendo negative, guys? Why are you so against Nintendo? I'm not against Nintendo as per se. I've got a Switch. I bought a Switch. But when they come up with this genius plan to make more money, it's just beyond me. I haven't got any sort of like connection with their rationale at all. It's ridiculous. It's bullshit. Let me know if you think I'm wrong down in the comments.
So talking about irrational decisions that make no sense whatsoever, let's take a look at some of your comments.
Okay, first up this week, A-Rocket comments on our World of Tanks video. Fock is pronounced fosh with a sh sound. It's a French word. I do realise that almost half the comments on this video are something along the lines of, it's not pronounced fock, it's fosh. But frankly, I don't give a fosh.
Okay, commenting on our Overwatch porn video from last weekend, Big Bad Crawford says, you could say they overwatch it. That is actually a solid joke, man. That is good. I didn't think of that. I was like thinking like overwank and stuff like that. You know, it's too obvious, but that's a good one.
Next up, Luco comments on the World of Tanks video. Why wear an Illuminati t-shirt, you fucking twat? And again, there's been like a good handful of people.
This is hilarious. Like,
a good handful of people commenting on my supposedly Illuminati t-shirt. Of all the things that can trigger you on the internet, guys, f***ing hell, I didn't buy it because it was Illuminati. It's like something completely abstract to me. It doesn't represent a big... Anyway.
Okay, so Capcom and Nintendo, they got some interesting strategies for making an extra buck. Have you ever bought an empty cardboard box for some reason? Let us know why the hell you did it down in the comments. Remember to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. There's another video here if you want to watch that, and a link to Patreon if you want to support the channel. See you next time.